The Battle of Stalingrad was not just a turning point in World War II, it was a brutal lesson in how wars are actually won and lost. A lesson modern militaries still study because the fundamentals it exposed have never gone away. Technology changes, weapons evolve, but the human, logistical, and strategic realities revealed at Stalingrad continue to define warfare today. In 1942, Nazi Germany launched Operation Blue, a massive offensive aimed at securing oil fields in the Caucasus and breaking Soviet resistance once and for all. Stalingrad itself was not originally the primary objective, but its name, its industrial value, and its location on the Volga River transformed it into a political and strategic prize. What followed was not a clean, maneuver-based campaign, but one of the most savage battles of attrition in history. The Germans entered Stalingrad expecting another rapid victory. Their doctrine emphasized speed, coordination, and shock. Blitzkrieg had worked before, and German leadership believed it would work again. But Stalingrad broke those assumptions. Urban terrain erased many of the advantages German forces relied on. Tanks could not maneuver freely, long-range fires lost effectiveness, command and control became fragmented. What replaced sweeping advances was close combat measured in meters, rooms, and stairwells. This is one of the first enduring lessons Stalingrad offers modern warfare. Urban combat fundamentally favors the defender, especially when the defender is willing to absorb losses and fight decentralized. At Stalingrad, Soviet forces abandoned rigid formations and instead relied on small, autonomous units. Squad leaders and junior officers were given broad freedom to act. This forced German troops into constant, exhausting engagements where superior training and equipment mattered far less than endurance and adaptability. Modern militaries recognize this reality clearly. Today's urban warfare doctrine emphasizes decentralized command, small unit initiative, and mission command. Leaders are trained to operate independently when communications fail or higher headquarters cannot respond quickly. This is not new thinking. It is a direct response to lessons learned in battles like Stalingrad, where centralized control collapsed under the chaos of close combat. Another lesson that continues to shape modern strategy is logistics. Stalingrad was not lost solely on the battlefield. It was lost in supply lines. German forces advanced farther than their logistical systems could sustain. Fuel, ammunition, food, winter clothing, and medical support became critically scarce. When Soviet forces launched Operation Uranus and encircled the Sixth Army, the situation became irreversible. German leadership attempted to sustain the encircled force by air resupply. On paper, it seemed possible. In reality, it failed catastrophically. Aircraft losses mounted, deliveries fell far short of requirements, and troops inside the pocket starved and froze. Stalingrad demonstrated that logistics are not a supporting function of warfare. They are the center of gravity. Modern warfare reflects this lesson constantly. Today's planners assume supply lines will be contested, disrupted, and targeted. Forces are designed to operate with limited sustainment and to protect logistics nodes as aggressively as combat units. The idea that advanced technology can overcome logistical shortfalls has been disproven repeatedly, just as it was at Stalingrad. Command decisions also played a decisive role. Adolf Hitler's refusal to authorize a breakout trapped the Sixth Army. His insistence on holding ground for political reasons overrode military reality. This rigidity destroyed any chance of operational recovery. Stalingrad remains a case study in the danger of centralized, inflexible command structures. Modern military doctrine explicitly rejects this approach. Mission command exists to prevent exactly this kind of failure. Commanders are expected to set intent, not micromanage execution. When leaders violate this principle, the consequences mirror those seen at Stalingrad: stalled operations, unnecessary losses, and strategic failure. Encirclement itself remains a powerful operational concept. Operation Uranus succeeded because the Soviets identified weak flanks, masked their buildup through deception, and struck decisively. The Germans underestimated Soviet capability and overextended themselves. This pattern repeats throughout military history and continues to shape modern operational planning. Today, encirclement may not always involve physical pockets, but the concept remains the same. Cutting forces off from resupply, communications, and reinforcement achieves the same effect. Stalingrad teaches that once isolation sets in, even well-trained forces degrade rapidly. Morale and psychological endurance also define the battle. Stalingrad was fought in extreme cold, under constant fire, with staggering casualties. Soldiers on both sides endured conditions that pushed human limits. Units disintegrated not because they lacked weapons, but because they lacked hope, rest, and belief in survival. Modern militaries invest heavily in rotation policies, mental health support, and force preservation precisely because Stalingrad showed what happens when human limits are ignored. Technology can enhance capability, but it cannot remove fear, exhaustion, or despair. Perhaps the most important lesson that Stalingrad offers modern warfare is this: technology does not replace fundamentals. It amplifies them. Superior weapons cannot compensate for poor logistics. Advanced command systems cannot fix rigid leadership. Precision fires cannot overcome urban terrain without disciplined infantry. Stalingrad endures because it stripped warfare down to its core truths: control supply, empower leaders, respect terrain, preserve morale, adapt faster than the enemy. These lessons remain unchanged. Wars today may look different on the surface, but beneath the technology, Stalingrad is still being fought.